everyone, today we're going to discuss the mean, median, mode, and range. So to simply put it, these are commonly used in statistics. They find the averages of a data set or they find a single value to summarize a data set. So essentially when you hear mean, median, mode, and range, just think of these things telling you something within a data set. They're trying to communicate an idea with us while we look at data. So starting off with mean indicates the average value within a data set. To calculate the mean, you must add up all the numbers in the data set together, then divide by the total number of values you are given. So I have a mean example here. We're going to calculate the following data set. So I have 5, 3, 2, 8, 4, 5, 2, 3. Now my first step would be to add up all those values together. So I'm going to do 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 3. And when I do that, I get 32. Now I'm going to divide the added sums by the total of values I am given. So counting, I have 8 values I am given, 8 numbers that we are given to work with. So I'm going to do 32 divided by 8. And when I do that, I get 4. Moving on to the median. The median shows the middle value within a data set. Numbers are arranged by numerical values of a list. So what essentially that means is that it starts with the highest value and ends with the lowest value. To find the median, start by arranging the numbers from smallest to largest. Find the middle value, and that is your median. If there is an odd amount of values, the median will exactly be in the middle. If there is an even amount, more than likely you won't have a perfect middle value. So find the two middle values, add them together, and divide by 2. That is an important rule you must remember when working with the median. Odd means even, so you'll find your middle number easier. And even means you won't have a perfect middle value, and you have to do a little bit more work to find that average number you're looking for. So doing our example, I have 20, 14, 13, 10, 8, 9, 5, 4, 2, 1. Now my first step, I'm going to determine if this is an even data set or an odd data set. And I see 10 values here, so that's telling me this is an even data set. Now the other way we can do this is by, and how I like to do it when I'm looking at it on paper, so it's easier for me to view, I like to cross out the numbers. So on the right side, I will cross out one number, and on the left side, I will cross out another. So doing that, I have it like that, So I have 4 numbers crossed on the right and 4 numbers crossed off on the left. Now when I do this, I can locate the middle value much easier. And I've done it here so you guys can see it visually as well. So I know that this is an even data set, and I have shown that here by exiting off some of the numbers. And I see I have 2 middle values. Now remembering our rule, I'm going to want to add these 2 values together. So I'm going to do 8 plus 9, and when I do that, I get 17. Now I'm going to take that 17 and I'm going to divide it by 2, and I get 8.5. So that means my median in this data set is 8.5. Now doing another example, I have 10, 8, 6, 4, 3. Alrighty, and going on to our first step, is this even or odd? This is a odd amount of numbers, and I could do that crossing them off. So I did 2 on the left and 2 on the right, and now I see what my middle value is, 6. So this means 6 is my median number. Now going on to the mode shows the frequency value within a data set. Numbers that occur many times, and shows a repetition. Multiple modes are possible within a data set, so it is possible to get multiple answers. And to find the mode, you're going to find the value that repeats the most and is shown frequently. So I have my mode example here with a little bit of a larger data set. So I have 11, 16, 10, 8, 9, 11, 13, 20, 11, 10, and 7. So my first step, or indicator would be what numbers appears the most frequently. So looking, I see that I have 11 3 times. I have 16 once. I have 10 twice. 8, 9, 7, 13, and 20, they only appear once. So this means that 11 is my mode. 11 is what occurs the most. So basically mode is just frequency. That's how I like to think of it. Now for my another mode example, I have 4, 8, 10, 2, 7, 3. What number appears most frequently? And as I see, all of these numbers only appear once. So that is telling me that there is no mode, and this is absolutely possible. But this is a very rare situation, so I wouldn't be too focused on this case. I would definitely take more from our first example, but if you ever come across a data set that looks like this, and you don't see a mode once, that just means there is no mode, and that's A-okay. Now going on to the range. Range shows you how far apart data is, more specifically from the highest to the lowest values within a data set. It shows the difference between the two values. To find the range, you subtract the highest value from the lowest value. So I have my first example, 23, 16, 15, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. This is my data set, and I'm going to find the range. So to find the range, we're going to subtract the highest and lowest number from each other. So I'm going to do 23 minus 1. So when I do that, I get 22. So that is telling me 22 is the range of this data set. So for a quick summary, and yes, that is all for the video. So some tips I like to think of is that there is a shortcut method to remember these, because I know you're coming on test day, or like your exam, or even if this comes up on an ASAT or MSTEP, you're going to want to remember these ideas. And there is a way you can remember. It's this thing called mnemonics or mechonomics. Excuse my pronunciation if I have that incorrect. I do have it spelled. These are like ways to remember something. You could use pictures or phrases. I'm more so of a phrase person, but pictures can help as well if you would like to draw it out. So some phrases I like to remember to identify mean, median, mode, and range is that the deli makes up a mean sandwich. The deli makes a good sandwich on average, so it's pretty amazing. So that's one way you can remember mean. When I hear the word mean, what do I want to think of? I want to think of a deli makes up a mean sandwich. The deli makes up a sandwich that's pretty amazing on average all the time. Another mnemonic to remember this would be I mowed like mow the grass frequency. So like when you're doing a chore or something, you get in this mode, or even so if you like your grass to be really trimmed, you would do it frequently throughout your life. So I mow the grass frequently, or I like to get in a certain mode, like a gaming mode or a cooking mode frequently, because it's something I like to do. Another one would be my immediate family is my median. They're closer to me in the middle. So think of a row of chairs, and in the middle is you and your closest family members. That could be your parents, your siblings, your aunts and uncles, or whoever is closest to you, and you sit in the middle. They would be the closest to you in the middle. Middle. So my immediate family is my median. They're close to me in the middle. So median, that means look at the middle. Mean, that means the average. Mode means frequently. And for our last mnemonic to remember this, the last phrase to remember mean, median, mode, and range, is the sky is like a range. I'm the lowest point and the sky is the highest point. That is a range between me and the sky. Range is like a distance. Like let's say I went to golfing. The range would be me, my body, from the hole that the golf ball will go in. That is a range. So these are just some quick phrases that you can use to remember how to differentiate between one and another, especially like if you're taking a test or anything like that. Just remember these phrases or something similar, or even draw it out and it could help. So, on summary, mean shows the average, median shows the middle number, mode shows the frequency of a number, and the range shows the distance of 2 points, essentially. That's how I like to look at it. So that is all for today. You could check out my other videos. And yeah, you guys have now learned mean, median, mode, and range, how to differentiate between them, and how to solve them. So that's all for today. See you guys next time. Check out my other videos for more math help. And this is Ari the Math Tutor signing out. Bye!